Hello and welcome back to Big Ol' Critties, an all-girl D&D podcast. My name is Emily and I will be your dungeon master / host, and as always I am joined by three lovely ladies.
Hi, I'm Laura and I'm playing Seraphis.
Hi, I'm Brenna and I'm playing Gwenera.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I'm playing Selwyn.
When we last left it, you had all settled into Jacob's house that he's let you sleep in overnight, and you were preparing for your journey the next morning. So let's jump straight back into it. So, early the next morning, Jacob leads you round to the paddock behind the house. Contained within the paddock are 4 huge moose, tacked up with fur-trimmed saddles, reins, and they all look very ready to go. He comes over and he says, I'm trusting you with my 4 best, he says, and he laughs. He opens the gate. They're sturdy and strong, they won't let you down, and he pats one of the moose on the side. This lady here is Alba. She's as reliable as they come and can find her way home in the worst of snowstorms. And as he says this, another of the moose approaches him, sniffing around in his pocket. Jacob pulls out a sugar cube. This is Jack. He's our youngest, as you can see. He's a bit of a glutton for sugar cubes, but he's an absolute sweetheart. And Jacob leads you over to where the other 2 are taking shelter in the barn. And finally we have Olwen and Skady. These 2 gals are definitely the leaders of the group and will always keep the herd going in the right direction. So, and he lets you decide which one you want to claim.
Do you mind if I take Skady?
Go for it.
I'll take Alba.
Okay.
I'll take Old.
So that leaves Talia, who's taking Jack. Okie dokie. So Jacob helps load your gear onto the moose and gives you each a leg up onto the saddles. Come back with some good stories, eh? And he says he gives you a warm smile. It's still kind of dark as you leave the town. Talia insisted the group make good use of what little daylight this part of the world gets. You set off as the first light of dawn begins to break over the peaks of the far-off mountain, casting a soft glow over the untouched blanket of snow that now lies between you and your destination. After a long day of travelling, the sun begins to set, and Talia suggests you make camp. As you begin searching for a cave or some sort of shelter for the night, the snow seems to thicken and a storm begins to roll in, and it's not long before that storm turns into a full-on blizzard. The wind begins to howl fiercely, whipping the snow into a blinding white curtain that obscures everything around you. And soon you not only lose sight of which direction you're going, but also which direction you came from. The cold starts to bite through your clothing and you can feel your body temperature dropping rapidly. Suddenly you notice a glow in the distance that seems to flicker. With no other options, you make your way towards the glow and you find yourself along a steep cliff wall. The glow seems to be coming from inside a cave, and if it hadn't been for that light coming from this campfire, you would never have spotted the cave in the storm. Are you going in?
Perception first?
Yeah.
I'm keen for a perception. I'll go and do one. 17.
You can see into this cave. There seems to be a small group of people huddled around a campfire who seem to have been caught in the same circumstances as you guys. Doesn't seem like it's bandits or anything, they just seem like normal adventurers.
Would they mind us joining?
We can find out. So you dismount your moose and lead them in, and you enter the cave, and you're face to face with a group of adventurers, not unlike yourselves. And as I said, they seem to have been caught off guard and are midway through unpacking their supplies and hunkering down from this storm. And as they see you approach, they sort of go to reach for weapons, sort of wary of you guys.
Whoa.
We mean you no harm.
We're just here for the same reason you are. It's real cold out here.
We're just passing
We
through.
want some shelter.
Okay, so yeah, the leader of the party sort of pushes his way through, and he looks wary, but he can see that you mean well and have been caught in this snowstorm just the same as them. And he reluctantly agrees to share the cave. They've made camp near the entrance to the cave, but they point out that there's plenty of room towards the back around a slight bend, so each party can sort of keep their privacy.
If we have some form of kindling in our packs that we were given, I have control flames. So if we do have some, I can ask the party very nicely if they wouldn't mind me just, whooshing some of their fire onto ours. Obviously, it's not gonna.
Yeah, so you've got tinder boxes in your
we do
in your packs, so you can.
If anyone's good at tindering, I don't know.
That's a different thing. I don't think Tinder exists in this universe.
Wild. I didn't even think of that when I said it.
Yeah, so you can set up your own little campfire in the back. I'm sure they would let you use a bit of their fire to start it, and you can set up your own campfire around the corner.
And I think that would be a very good idea because Selwyn hates the cold, and we'll let you know.
So you light this campfire, and as the evening progresses, the other adventuring party seems to be warming up to you. Their leader introduces himself as Siku. He's a striking white tabaxi with grey markings like a snow leopard. And he's wearing padded leather armour, and he has a sword by his side, but his face is gentle and kind, and he looks like a true leader. He introduces you to the rest of the party. Among them is a human woman named Kian, an elvish man named Centauri, a dwarf named Anyu, and obviously himself.
Okay. Can we talk to them?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, what are you guys doing in this part of the world?
Oh, we're treasure hunters, says Siku. Says we're searching for a lost city that's rumored to be near the mountains to the north of here. It's said to contain ancient artifacts that can be worth a shiny gold piece or here or there.
Oh, really?
And as he says this, Talia's eyes light up, but a warning look to the rest of you tells you not to mention your true mission.
Okay, great.
Right.
Gotta lie. That's not good.
And Siku sort of explains how they got here, their adventures so far, and he goes, "What about you guys?"
I'm just a cleric, and I'm just making my way through.
I'm literally just a girl.
Yeah.
Just helping who I can. Nobody in particular. Not doing anything in particular.
We're just making our way to the next village, you know. Just got a little bit lost, that's all.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, especially in a storm like this. So, unaware of the secret you hide from them, Kian begins to regale both parties with stories around the campfire. Tales of monsters that lurk in this part of the world. She tells you all about the Draugr that hunt in the shadows, the Yetis and the werebears that'll drag you back to their lair, just sort of, spooky campfire stories. And no one's taking it too seriously until Talia pipes up. And she says, not to mention the Wendigo.
Oh no.
No.
She begins a dark tale about a human hunter that once lived in a cave very close to here, not dissimilar to the one you are currently in, turning into a terrifying monster after eating the human flesh of his tribe to survive one particularly harsh winter. She goes on about its terrifying form, its emaciated body covered in thick fur, its antlers piercing the top of its head. After a while, you're not quite sure if it's the storm outside or the story that sends a chill up your spine. Talia notices your new acquaintances looking towards the entrance of the cave with concern in their eyes. Don't worry, she says. Wendigos stay well away from fire. As long as we have our campfires lit, they won't come near us.
That is not foreshadowing at all.
So the night progresses and the blizzard shows no signs of slowing down. Talia has begun to set up your camp around the corner, away from Siku and his party. She helps you light your campfire that you're creating, and obviously you said you're using your control flames to sort of you can use that to keep it burning throughout the night.
Excellent.
If you do so wish.
I think I will.
So I would like everyone to roll a d20 just to sort of see who wakes up first.
Am I adding anything?
Nope, just a straight.
I had a big old 1!
Oh.
10.
16, which
Okay.
makes sense because she just meditates, she doesn't sleep.
She does, yeah. She only takes 4-hour meditations rather than a rest. So Gwenera wakes up first, and as you roll over, you wake to find the fire still flickering away. The control fire spell has obviously kept it going throughout the night.
Even though she was sleeping?
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, not sure if that's an actual D&D rule, but I'm allowing it. And you are incredibly grateful for the warmth, because however cold it was last night, obviously early morning chill has set in, and it is bitter.
Grenera loves it.
And as you stand and turn around the corner, you see an unusual sight. Siku's camp looks dishevelled. Sleeping bags and packs have been strewn about, and the fire is completely out, and no one is in their beds.
Oh my god.
And so Seraphis is waking up next, and I would like either a perception or investigation check from one or both of you.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, you're still just like snoozing away.
Nat 1!
Nat 1, okay.
Should I go?
Yeah, go for it.
15.
15, okay, so you take a closer look at the now empty camp, and you find something that sends a chill up your spine. You see there's blood in the camp. And Hannah, you are now arising to join.
Against my will, it's too cold. I just want to stay in my blanket.
Yeah, you wake up, but you're just sticking by the fire. Like you don't get.
That's
you
just
don't
me
get-
IRL. Just,
Yeah.
no, too cozy and warm.
This character is definitely a self-insert.
True.
There's blood!
We're What do you mean? I was asleep.
There's freaking blood.
Too much for a morning. Go away.
So, running out of the cave, you are met with a gruesome sight. The fresh powder that fell overnight is stained with blood, and the bodies of all 4 party members lie shredded in the snow.
Oh, for God's sake.
Your new acquaintances are no longer with us.
Rest in peace.
And Talia comes up behind you, and her face goes completely pale, and she just starts stammering. She's like, it can't have been. I just don't. And she turns around to look behind her towards the entrance of the cave, and she says, they let their fire go out. How could they... The Wendigo got them.
It could have been anything. Like, there's so many animals here. Surely.
Is anyone else, like, not trusting Talia entirely?
Have we looked at the bodies a bit more in depth?
You can roll a investigation.
Oh, how did I got +6? Oh, fuck, 12.
12. Okay, so yeah, so you look at the bodies, and they have been shredded. Like, you've seen what a wolf pack can do to bodies, and this just looks it looks much more gruesome. This creature, whatever it was, or creatures, has clearly got talons. Like, it is. You can see sort of shred marks going from the face all the way down the body, like big claw marks. This doesn't look like it was just a wolf pack, and it definitely was not done by people.
But doesn't a Wendigo, like, eat people? So is there signs of it?
Roll me a history check to see if this is something that you would know.
20.
You got nat 20?
Yeah.
Right, first nat 20 of the show. Okay. So you are well versed in the Wendigo, and it's the name of my old girl punk band. Yeah, so you know that the Wendigo eats its prey, but you also know that it only eats certain parts of its prey. And if you have a closer look, you notice that their hearts are missing.
Oh, okay, so it was a Wendigo.
So you are fairly convinced that that's what this was.
Okay.
So what do you want to do now? Do you want to leave them there? Do you want to bury them? Do you want to...
Oh, I would bury them.
Are there any tracks? So, or has the snow
The
covered?
snow, you can tell by how buried the bodies already are that any tracks will have been covered by the snow at this point.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I say we... What do cleric do? Would they burn them or bury them?
Up to you.
Might be fitting to burn, considering we're in a
Yeah, burn.
frosty environment.
Yeah.
Save leaving
Yeah.
their remains
Yeah.
for more things to eat, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there is sort of not really a wooded area, but there are some sort of remains of trees that are nearby that you can sort of use to build a pyre, and you cremate your new acquaintances and give them a respectful send-off.
While that's happening, were any of the supplies that they had in the cave still not torn apart? Like, is there anything in the cave that they left behind?
Their supplies are still pretty much intact. Their bedrolls have been shredded because they have obviously been sort of dragged out of their beds, but their supplies are pretty much intact. So there's probably about 10 days worth of rations in there. There's, torches, tinder boxes.
I mean, waste not, want not.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can grab that.
So how many of us are there again?
So there's 4 of you, including Talia.
Oh yeah, that's a bit uneven.
What's Talia
number.
been doing? Well, we've been busy looking at the dead bodies.
Oh, she's been helping.
Cremating.
Yeah, she's been helping sort of build the pyre and everything, but she is frantically looking through her father's journal for any sort of information about the Wendigo. She's kind of in denial that it was a Wendigo. She doesn't want to be right, so she's kind of looking through her father's journal, trying to find any evidence that this could just be a bear or something. But she has helped build the pyre and sort of give them a send-off. Yeah, and so after you have sort of gathered these supplies and given them the send-off, you set out on the road again, and the next portion of the journey is quiet, and none of you really know what to say to each other. Talia is still looking sick. she's She works in a university. She's an archaeologist. She's not the Indiana Jones kind of archaeologist. She sticks to her office. This is the first time she's ever really been out in the wilderness. Definitely the first time she's seen a body. So she's not doing well. And before long, you stop at what appears to be a large, frozen-over fjord. So Talia tests the ice and deems it thick enough to travel across, even with your mounts, laden with gear. But something does seem to be a little bit off, and I would like a perception check. I'm not going to be nice to you.
It's stressing me out.
Oh, great. 4.
I've got a 19.
Ooh.
14.
You all, Laura included, hear nothing. The birds have stopped chirping. There are no signs of foxes or bears or any of the wildlife that you've been spotting on your journey so far. Hannah, with your high perception, you spot marks in the snow. Long indents that look like drag marks or maybe claw marks. Looking around you, you see no creature, but you know that these marks are fresh. The snow is falling too quickly, and if they had been made not 10 minutes beforehand, they would have been completely covered up by now. And you know that you're not alone out here. And this is where we're going to do a little stealth game.
I don't like stealth games. It stresses me out.
Okay, so I'm going to need everyone to roll a series of stealth checks to see if this creature in the snow notices that you're there, or if you can make it across to the other side of the fjord safely. So let's start with Laura.
7.
Okay. Brenna?
11.
Okay.
7.
Okay, so you all move about 20 feet forward, and as you do, there's nothing you can really do to stop the crunch underfoot of your feet on the snow, and you hear a grumbling in the distance, but you don't see the creature yet. So I'm going to do another round.
Okay, so another one of these.
Praying to the dice gods.
Praying to my god. 17.
Okay.
6.
Please. 20, but not a nat.
A dirty 20.
Yeah.
A filthy 20. Okay, so despite the 2 good rolls, again, there's that crunch underfoot, and you can hear this growl in the distance moving.
Oh no.
Again, you still can't see it, but this creature is on the move. I'm going to do one more round.
Oh.
Is it invisible or something? What the hell? 10.
I'm going to use my big chunky dice. 16. Not too bad.
10. Oh.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Brenna, yours was enough, but collectively was not enough. And you hear this growling get closer and closer, and eventually through the snow you see the shape come towards you.
Whoa.
And you are face to face with a frost drake.
Oh my god, I thought it was a Wendigo.
So, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Got 14.
Oh, I've got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, lovely.
I have 15. Is Talia any part of this combat?
Yeah. I forgot about Talia.
Fab.
Get in here, girl. We need you.
She's not going to be a huge help. I'm not going to lie. She's a scholar.
But she's a distraction for the Drake. She's an extra body for the.
She has no excuse. I'm a scholar too.
Yeah, but she's got no magic.
Well, boo.
She has fists.
No, she can't like throw a pebble at him or something.
I mean, she could because I have something magical to do with pebbles. I have
No
magic
way.
stone.
You've got magic pebbles.
I have magic stone. You
What the
touch
fuck?
1 to 3 pebbles and imbue them with magic. You or someone else can make a ranged spell attack with one of the pebbles by throwing it or hurling it with a sling. If thrown, it has a range of 60 feet. If someone else attacks with the pebble, that attacker adds your spell casting ability modifier. On a hit, the target takes bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Hit or miss, the spell then ends on the stone.
That's worked out so well. Okay, so, right, we'll start top of the round. So, Laura, it is your go first. Yeah. So you can easily run up to it and give him a bonk with your staff, or
I think I might have to. So I'm gonna do the thing if like it
you're
attacks.
ready in action.
Yeah.
Shout. Are you gonna say if the frost drake attacks one of your party, you'll run up and give it a bump with your mace?
Yes.
Well, yeah, so it's Talia's go. Right, so she's just gonna run up to it and give it a whack with her. I'm using the club stats, but she's got like almost like a walking stick. And that is a 6 to hit, so it definitely won't hit, and that is her go.
Fuck.
I told you she wasn't going to
Do
be
you
very
say
handy.
she?
She's going to go up to it. So yeah, Brennan, now it's your go.
Does this count as a? I assume it counts as a large.
It is a large
creature.
creature. Sure.
Can I roll a history to know, because it's a frost drake? Can I roll to see if I know if it's immune to cold damage?
Sure.
18 plus 6.
Yeah. So you have either encountered these creatures before or have read about them. You do know that they are immune to cold damage.
I'm going to relay that to everybody else, just in case that they
Noted.
had any cold magic. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb. So I hurl an orb of energy at a target within range, and I can choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. I'm going to choose fire, because I feel like that makes sense. 25.
What, to hit?
To hit.
Christ, yeah, that hits. That definitely hits.
3d8. I only have 2. Could I borrow a d8 from someone, please? 18 fire damage.
18 fire damage.
Oh, if I... Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
And then are you going to do your bonus action to give Talia your magic stone?
Well, I can do 3, up to 3, 1 to 3 stones. So I'm going to cast it on 3. I'm going to hand 1 to Seraphis. And 1 to Talia. Would you like one?
Yes, please.
Cool, so you're dishing out your magic stones, lovely. Okie dokie. And is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, stick with that.
So, it is Hannah's turn.
I would like to do Firebolt, please.
Firebolt, love it.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20, nice. Okay, so yeah, that definitely hits.
And my Firebolt does 2d10 worth of fire damage, which I'm going to roll now. Ah, balls. 6.
6, okay.
God damn it.
Okay, so it is the Frost Drake's turn now. Talia got too close. Talia got too close. So, it is going to go with...
What if Talia just dies like?
Oh gosh.
Okay, so the Frost Drake is going to use its Freezing Mist. So, the Frost Drake spits out a ball of liquid to a point it can see within 60 feet of it. Okay, so that is going to get you all. However, you have an opportunity to save. So, each creature in a 20-foot radius must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Is it all of us?
Yeah, that's all of you.
I've got 14.
Nat 1.
Oh, yikes, guys. Everyone is going to take 11 cold damage.
Yeah. Good.
And that is its turn done. So it's top of the round. And oh, Laura, you readied an action, didn't you?
Yes.
So it did attack your party. So you can now use your mace.
10, 13.
13 hits.
1. Right.
1 damage. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Mass Healing Word is 1 bonus action.
Yeah, I mean that would get all of you if you wanted to do a mass heal.
But not the Drake.
Yeah.
Not the Drake.
So Mass Healing Word, as you call out words of restoration up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within a range, regain hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah. So first of all, what is your healing word?
Oh God.
What word would you like to assign?
No, don't ask me that. Well, okay, so her goddess that she worships is called Saloon.
Yeah.
So she goes, by the power of Saloon, I heal you all.
Love it.
2.
So that's 3 total healing for everyone.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Something.
Something. It is Talia's turn. She's made a bit of a boo-boo here, and by she I do mean myself. You know what? She's just going to have to hit him again, because if she runs away, that'll be an attack of opportunity for the dragon, for the drake. So, and that's an 8 to hit. So no, she does nothing yet again. Brenna.
I was listening instead of thinking ahead. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam. So yeah, he needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be an 8.
14.
Right, so failed save, so it's going to take full damage.
So 2d10. 5.
Okay, right. Hannah,
Oh, people are stood there.
were you going to chuck out a fireball then?
Yeah. But I can't because people are
Fireball is
there.
the single most dangerous spell.
Oh, but it's my favourite. I have to wait.
Don't shoot your load too early.
I know, but I really want to. It's so fun. I might want to do Scorching Ray. And it says, you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several, so I think I'm going to go all 3 at the guy. 13.
13 hits.
That's 1. I'll do another one. 18
18 hits.
and 12.
12 does not hit. So 2 out of the 3 hit.
So for each one that hits, he takes 2 d6 fire damage. Oh, I use my Pokemon dice. I have 4 of them.
Pokemon sponsor us.
Please. Could you imagine? 14.
14 damage. So it is his turn now. So he's going to go for... He's going to fly upwards. It started its turn in your Moonbeam, so it needs to take another Constitution save. Oh, that is going to be dirty 20. So we saved it, so it still takes half the damage.
10.
So it is no longer within the radius of your Moonbeam. It is flown over you guys, and it is going to do its freezing mist again. Once again, I need a Constitution save from everyone.
11.
13.
11.
That is a fail again, I'm afraid.
Would that, I assume that would probably break my concentration as well.
Yes, it would. So that is going to be 7 damage, 7 cold damage to everyone.
Or cold damage. How am I, a wizard, the most healthy out of everyone here?
You are a beefy wizard.
I've been hitting the gym, that's why.
Wizards are supposed to stay at the back and just throw spells. They're supposed to be the twinks of the magic world.
Well, I'm a butch lesbian. I've decided that now.
Right, top of the round, Laura.
So since it's now hit us, I can do a reaction.
Yep, you can do your reaction.
So I'm gonna do Hellish Rebuke. You point your finger and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage as a successful one.
So that should be how many d10s
2d10.
of fire damage?
6, 5.
Is 11 damage.
Yay, did something.
He's not looking good, I will say that. Okay, see if Talia can actually do something this time. Let's root for Talia. She hits him.
Yay!
Okay, so she's going to hit him with her staff, which is... it's 1d4 bludgeoning damage. 4! Okay, so she's done 4 damage to the boy, and that is her go. So it is Brenna, your turn next. Once again, I did forget to use the pebble, but that's fine.
I'm going to cast Call Lightning. A storm cloud appears at the point within range that you can see above yourself, 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. When you cast the spell, choose a point you can see under the cloud, and a lightning bolt shoots from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 foot of that point. So would that be...
That would hit Talia.
Never mind. I will not be doing that. I'm going to cast Aid. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. I'll do it at 3rd level to add an extra 5, so everyone's hit points go up by 10 for 8 hours. What's Talia's health?
She hasn't actually taken any damage.
I'm going to choose one of those 3 creatures to be myself, so that I can go back to 28.
Considering Talia is literally up in the Drake's face.
Maybe that's the key.
Right, Hannah, you'll go.
I think I'm going to do Chromatic Form at level 2. Okay, I'm making a ranged spell attack. 13.
Meets it, beats it.
Yes. So he's going to take 4d8 Where are my d8s is the next question. 15.
15 damage. Okay.
Nice one.
Very nice one. But it is his go. He's gonna ignore Talia because she's not been dealing much damage to him at all. She's literally just hitting him with a stick. He's gonna go for the ones that are dealing the damage.
Uh-oh.
So he is gonna move up to Brenna and Hannah. So he's now within 5 feet of you guys, and he's going to do a bite attack to you, Brenna. 13.
13, so...
Beats it. And that is going to be... That's 9 damage. And he's going to use his multi-attack to do a tail attack at you, Hannah. And that is going to be a 11 to hit.
No, beats it.
Oh, is that your AC?
Okay, so that is going to be 13
Oh,
bludgeoning.
what? Thank God I was healed. Jesus Christ.
I was thinking that for a moment as well.
Okay, that is his turn gone, except he's going to do a movement. Again, he's going to fly up and land on the other side of you. Okay, so we are at the top of the round, Laura. Now could be the time for some good healing spells.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've got Mass Healing Word as a bonus action. I'll do Bless as well. So Bless is you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
So that's 2 healing
2.
to everyone.
That sucks. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible cleric.
Is that the end of your go? So Talia's gonna try. Come on, Talia. She's only been able to hit him once so far. That was a nat 1.
Oh,
She's just gonna walk away.
useless.
She's just gonna sit down. Right, Brenna.
So I'm going to cast Land's Aid. So as a magic action, you can expend a use of Wild Shape and choose a point within 60 foot of you. A 10-foot radius sphere is centered on that point. Each creature of your choice in the sphere must make a DC 14 con saving throw, taking 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save or half as much.
The Frustrate rolled a 2 on his con save, so that's a fail.
2d6. 14 necrotic damage.
The Frustrate crumbles to the ground.
Yay!
It crashes down to the ground and its wings go limp, and it's quite a striking sight, this white creature covered in blood just getting slowly buried in the snow. And you are now free to continue on across the fjord and continue your journey. So you continue on and you eventually make it to the base of the mountain with a few good hours of sunlight left. Luckily, nothing else really hinders you along your way. It's a fairly straightforward trek to the base of this mountain. And yeah, so Talia consults her father's journal and confirms that you are heading in the right direction. She's sort of been guiding you as you go. And she does suggest that you set up a base camp and have a rest, leave your mounts here, as it would be a bit difficult for the mounts to climb the mountain.
Okay, nearby to have a little rest, because that Wendigo experience earlier is stressing me out.
Does that shut you up a little bit?
A little bit. I'm very familiar with the Wendigo. I'm very scared of them.
You are now at the foothills of the mountain. There's no caves as such, but there is a very sort of sheltered, rocky area that you can find. There, it's not covered overhead, but Talia sort of sets out grabbing tarps and stuff from her bag. She creates a little shelter, and you continue to explore the area. Talia sort of says that you're close, according to her father's notes. Basically, you just need to explore and see if you can find any sort of pointers that you're going in the right direction. As you continue to explore the area, you see much of the same landscape you have the past few days. So, jagged rocks are jutting out from beneath the fresh snow. Fir trees are sort of casting their shadows down. But something does stand out to you in the distance. One rock looks particularly out of place, and almost seems to be glowing.
Can I do... is it an Arcana?
You can
check?
absolutely do an Arcana check.
Or do we all want to do one?
Everyone can do an Arcana check if they want to.
I got 21.
I got 17.
16.
Yeah, so approaching you rock, you realise it wasn't the rock itself that was glowing, but it was a sigil carved into it. It doesn't, not to belittle your rolls, but it doesn't take much to assume that this is a magical sigil that's been carved in.
Might I know, can I roll a history to see if I have seen it before?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh!
Are we ignoring that roll?
That never happened.
That never happened.
That didn't happen. Maybe I didn't want to do it anyway.
Fuck you and your dice.
Can I do it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, please. Actually, this one keeps giving me nat ones, so I'm going to use this one instead. Thank God. It's 15.
You get closer to it, you step towards it, and you hear a crack. And just as you sort of begin to start maybe recognizing some of the patterns in this sigil, the ice underfoot just gives way.
Oh, for God's sake.
And you begin sort of plummeting down into a chasm below. Snow does break your fall,
Okay.
so you don't take any fall damage. But you find yourself in a vast icy cave.
Are we all there, or was it just Brennan?
Just Brennan.
Okay.
So, looking around you realise the cave isn't pitch black like you'd expect. Light seems to be shining through the ice above you, but you notice an unnatural light coming from deeper within the cave. It seems to be a magical light.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The snow broke my fall. I'm wondering whether to tell them about the light or just go into it. There's some weird kind of light. I'm gonna check it out. Do you guys want to join, or are you good up there?
Want is a strong word.
I'm very interested. I really want to go and check it out. But I'm also a bit scared. And by scared, I mean very scared. Don't like heights. Don't like cold. Don't like scary things.
Maybe you stay there.
I will go and join.
Yeah, so you're going to use your rope to come down. The question now is she more scared of heights, or is she more scared of being up there by herself?
I'm going.
You're going in. Okay.
So are we leaving Talia alone?
Sorry, Talia is going to join you.
She's going to look after the stuff.
Oh, she's been waiting her whole life basically to discover this city. If she's finding something unnatural, she's gonna come. So following this light source, you find yourself standing before this massive stone doorway, and it's carved intricately with complex patterns, sort of like nothing that looks like a language. It's just sort of designs basically. And so before you lie 9 blocks of ice, and they are laid out in a grid, 3, 3, and 3. And each block has a symbol carved into it that seems to glow with the same blue light as the stone on the surface. And you see that the stone door has a slot either side for one of these cubes. So Talia, having followed you and the rest of the party down, she looks at it and she her jaw drops. She goes, it's real. My father was right. And she begins frantically flipping through the pages of her father's journal until she finds a page filled with the same markings that are engraved into the ice blocks in front of you. And it appears to be a key to deciphering the symbol. And I shall hand you a prop. Having seen this page, having found it in her father's journal, Talia points to the key code and the message that's scribbled down in the corner of the journal page.
It says, "We found it. The city exists. As expected, the city is guarded by a series of tests, the first of which took us days to figure out. We initially thought that the symbols carved into the blocks of ice were letters, but they are in fact numbers." And it says the sum of the... Oh my god, no. Maths. The sum of the corners minus the centre gives you the key. The sum of the corners minus the middle is 15.
Okay, so you've done your 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 9. Take away the middle, which is 5, and you've got 15.
What does that mean? I might have had a big brain moment.
What is your big brain moment?
Do we take the 1 and the 5 and put it left and right?
Give it a go.
Oh, I'm scared.
They're sort of about a foot wide. They're kind of heavy, but you can reasonably pick them up.
Okay. Who's got the most health? Definitely me, and then someone else.
I've got 38.
I have 43.
Okay.
Classic D&D players scared of a door.
Well, if I take one and then Brenna takes the other one, just in case.
Yeah. You're gonna put the 1 in the left side of the door,
Yeah.
the 5 in the right side of the door. So you heave these ice blocks and you slide them into the slots. And once you place the cubes bearing the 1 and 5 into the slots either side of the door, the patterns surrounding the door begin to glow in the same blue light, and with a steady rumble, the doors slowly open.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, well done.
Big brain time.
The doors open and you are presented with a large chamber. Before you lie 3 stone tiles bearing similar symbols to the ice blocks in the previous room. Beyond that, a river of icy water emitting a mysterious purple glow flows quickly through grates on either side of the chamber, and you can see frozen bodies lying at the bottom of the river.
Right.
Can I do perception in the water?
Yeah, you can do a perception check on the water. In fact, actually make that an investigation.
11.
With an 11, you do see faintly at the bottom of the pool, you do see the same symbols on the bottom of the water, and you do get a bit of an odd feeling about the glow that is coming from this water, but you're not sure what it is.
Can I try an investigation as well?
Go for an arcana.
Okay, 15.
You have encountered this sort of thing before, not necessarily in person, but you've read about it, and you know that if any of you were to touch this water or fall into this water, it would be immediate game over.
Oh shit.
It's like a more fatal bog of eternal stench.
Yeah, basically.
I was going to say, it's like Squid Game when they're crossing the glass bridge.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought. Oh.
So these 3 tiles, how big are they?
They're probably just under a foot. They are embedded in the floor, but they stick out maybe a couple of inches.
Can I stand on the one that says 1?
You can stand on the one that says 1. As you put your weight on the first tile, a stone plinth slowly rises from the bottom of the water, bearing the same symbol carved on the tile.
It's like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wondering if I have anything heavy. Oh, I'm wondering how heavy something needs to be to push it down. Because obviously there's 3 tiles. They're gonna lift up the 3 so that we can pass. But obviously we can't all pass because we need to be standing on them.
Could we not get the ice blocks from back there?
They are just in the previous room, so
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. Yeah, so absolutely, you could go and grab 3 of these blocks.
Just plonk them on.
Plonk them on.
Yeah.
As you put them onto each of these tiles, each of the plinths in the middle rise up, and they essentially act as stepping stones to get across.
Ooh.
So you're crossing over. Having all successfully made it across the river, you head through the stone archway into the next chamber. And the next room seems odd. So you're faced with a completely empty stone chamber. Nothing seems to be preventing you from moving, except there are bodies lying on the floor. Skeletal remains of explorers bundled up in furs. They're still clutching their weapons, but there is no obvious sign of death. And that is where we're going to end the next episode.
Oh.
I was hoping to get an ooh. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're going to be ending this week's episode. If you've enjoyed the episode, please consider following us on our socials. We are Big Old Critties on Instagram and big.old.critties on TikTok. A massive thank you to anyone tuning in. We will be releasing weekly episodes, so please come back next week to find out what the girls are going to do next. Also, a big thank you to the Pocket Bard app. We're not sponsored, but we do love using their app for all of our background music. And speaking of music, my final shout out goes to my wonderful partner Dom for writing us a fab theme tune. See you next week for another titillating adventure.